Hey y'all, ex-art student here. So, I know it's close to Christmas time. I celebrate, and a tradition my family always had was making cookies. I thought, I kind of want to make Christmas cookies or something different, so I didn't make Christmas cookies, and I decided to make my own sugar cookies that were stained glass cookies, and I wanted to make them into American traditional tattoo cookies with some stained glass to them. I don't think this is a thing, so I figured might as well try it myself. I didn't want to do traditional Christmas cookie shapes like gingerbread or Christmas trees because everyone's seen that before. But I've never seen traditional tattoo cookies as stained glass cookies, so might as well try it. If I was going to do Christmas cookies, it probably would have been Krampus or something Yule-esque, but I didn't really know what else to do besides Krampus. Since I already had tattoo designs made for a tattoo portfolio, I figured it'd be fun to try designing those as cookies. Of course, they had to be simplified because I can't do that much detail unless I'm doing a giant-ass cookie, but I figured I'd try, and the stencil method seemed to be working for me. So I thought it'd be fun to start off with the dagger, the sun, and a rose. It was kind of interesting. I felt like this dough felt different from the chocolate one I've made in the past for Halloween. This dough was a little bit stickier than the other one, and maybe it was because I had different flour, but it still wound up working because I was able to carve into it with my exacto knife, which helped a lot with doing these tiny details. I feel like it's so easy to forget that you could customize your baked goods. It wasn't that hard to do it. You need time to make these pieces. Like I mentioned before, stencils helped a lot, but you technically don't need them. I kind of just use them so then I don't make things too wonky or uneven. But as you can see here, I'm carving my own. I just looked up different traditional tattoos and tried making it with a little bit of my flair. Yes, I definitely made one of those I Heart Mom tattoos. This one's I Heart Ex-Art Student because of course it is. Luckily, clay and dough are so forgiving. You could just pop pieces back together if you make a mistake or recut something and attach it again. It's not dried fully, so you could still play around and make it into the art that you want. Here I'm cutting another one of those traditional roses in a different style. I like this one. It was kind of challenging around the swirl though, but once you got it working and you could adjust the little pieces by patting it down, I think it looked really cute. Next, I worked on one of those stars that you see on sailor things or traditional tattoos. It was fun to see it come together. At this point, I still had a lot of dough, which is surprising because I halved the recipe, so it shouldn't be that much because I did not want all of this dough. I just looked up more tattoo designs. I did a simple butterfly, and that took up a lot of space, so that helped a lot. Again, I still had a ton of dough, so I wanted to make a bigger cookie, and I decided to do a sparrow. It was really fun to do this, because it was intricate, and you had to be careful with the details, because if you just look at it, it's kind of a blob. So you really needed those wings. It was interesting trying to think to myself, what details should I include, or what should I not include? What will stay together? If I cut this piece off, how will this be an intact cookie? I had a long piece left, so might as well do a dagger. I just chose a different design that I found online and tried making it the best I could. When I cut out the middle part of the dagger, because that's where the stained glass will go, the shape of the dagger and how equal it was on each side really got messed up. I should have made the lines thicker or gone slower. I don't know. It didn't look the same way it did when it started. Now we're up to my favorite part, making the stained glass. I had all these Jolly Ranchers left over from my moths on Halloween, and I didn't have anything else I could do with these Jolly Ranchers, so might as well make more stained glass cookies. I'm really happy because I already had them crunched up. I didn't have to get any more. All the colors were separated, so that was easy to apply what I wanted to each cookie. I was so excited because these colors are so vibrant and it would look really good with the traditional tattoo. Everything was filled in, so now it was finally time to create these stained glass cookies. I was so excited. I followed the directions and these cookies fucking burnt. Like, what the hell? All that hard work and everything's burnt and all the colors are faded. This is a sentence from the directions. It says to let them cook for 12 to 14 minutes, so I did 12 minutes and it had everything burnt. But to be fair, I did use a different flour and I don't know if I used the same thickness that they recommended in the recipe. So it was probably my fault, but as you can see, these are toasted compared to what they should have been. And I was so disappointed. These should have been bright, beautiful colors, and now they're burnt. And that's all that time wasted, all the dough wasted. I was still determined to make them look pretty and get some cool pictures or videos of them, or at least try to salvage it because it took a lot of time. I still had these last 3 cookies, and I was determined not to burn them to a crisp. So I decided, let me just make it look pretty, and I'll do half the amount of time. If it doesn't look like it's cooked fully, then I'll put them back in. Maybe this will save them from burning to a crisp and ruining all the Jolly Rancher color. It actually worked, guys. We're finished, so let's take a look at all those cookies and those close-up shots. Those were my failed attempts at traditional tattoo stained glass cookies. If you guys decide to make your own, definitely tag me in Instagram or YouTube or wherever. I'd love to see them. Anyways, take a look at my YouTube posting schedule. I'd love to see you on here for different videos. Leave a comment. I always read them and I always like them. If you're interested in buying any of my art and supporting a small business, check out my Etsy. I also have an Instagram where I do a lot of updates on there. And just follow, like, and subscribe if you're into this, and I'd love to see you next time. Thanks guys so much. I'll see ya. Bye!